Hey guys, TC. I was actually do this video based upon credit, how to obtain credit, or basically how to establish credit and boost your credit scores up quick and fast. Okay, so there's several ways. It depends on what your credit look like. First, we got to get into monetization. So many people don't know what their credit is. They don't know what it is. So you have three credit bureaus. You have TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. I mastered credit years ago. It took me a long time to know how credit operates and to master it. So I hold multiple credit lines of credit and credit cards and etc. I got all type of credit out there. Rule number one: never get credit with anybody because they could mess up your credit scores. Okay. I had always had good credit, 817, 820, top of the line credit, A1. What happened was my ex-wife, due to me getting credit with my ex, well, I had my own credit. She didn't have any credit, so I wanted to help her out because her credit was horrible. They wouldn't loan her water, if she went to a bank and needed water to drink. That's how bad her credit was. It was in the fours. The lowest you can get is 300s. Mine was always in a 7 or 6, like 670. That's good. Then it end up going to like 17, 715, 720. That's considered great credit. Then top of the line, excellent credit is, above 767, all the way up to 8 something. That's top of the line credit. So I ended up getting top of the line credit. And what happened was with my ex-wife, when we started to separate and everything, and she left me with a lot of bills, and I had to pay back so much stuff, and it ended up messing up my credit because I had so many credit cards out there with high balances on them, like $10,000, 15,000, top of the line credit cards. That you have to have great credit in order to get these type of cards. So I'm going to teach you guys how can you obtain these type of cards and be able to buy anything you want. There's secrets to credit. Also, I'm not going to reveal all the secrets because ghost viewers cannot get this information. Certain people cannot get this information unless they support me. Okay, so VIP members will get the secret credit cards and secret information that I will reveal to them on how to obtain credit in numerous ways, quick, fast, and easy. So those will be delivered to my generals. But I will teach some of you guys and help you guys out, whoever trying to establish credit or trying to obtain credit. Rule number one: you have to monitor your credit. So basically, you could it's best to sign up with Credit Karma. You have to know where you stand, what's on your credit, what are your goals when it come down to credit, what are you trying to do. So you have to have all these planned. Are you disciplined when it come down to spending money? Because a bank is not going to loan you anything if you're not disciplined when it come down to handling money. So that's what many people failed at, including me. I wasn't good at handling money. It took me years to master this. That's a whole nother level to do when it come down to investing and saving. So when I got into that debate last time with my friend, we was talking about saving versus investing. Okay, so saving is more important because that's you. If you can't save, there's no way that you can invest. Okay, so the type of credit you have, there's 4 types of credit. You have mortgages, which is based on real estate, a house, a building, etc. On a commercial law, basically. You have loans, okay, which is a big chunk of money that's loaned to you from a bank or something like that, affiliated with a car, for an example, or some type of loan that you took out, that's being reported by the 3 agencies, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Now, they rate your scores differently. Many people pull TransUnion when they pull your credit and stuff like that, because that's like one of the main sources. Then I would say Experian second, Equifax third. All of these are Federal Reserve affiliated. with European commerce that operates under the jurisdiction of the Roman Empire. You know, so I just want to specify what credit where it's from and who issued this credit. Basically, the Federal Reserve Bank, which is the central bank, you know, in Europe. Okay, so you have lines of credit, which basically dealing with cash and transfer to your bank account, you know, to another account, you know. So you have different lines of credit when it come down to things that's on your credit, basically. I'm trying not to make this sound complicated, you know, so people can understand, because it's a lot. You can't take this in all in one day. It's a lot you have to learn when it come down to learning about how credit works and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get in it much as I can to explain it to you guys. Then you have credit cards. Okay, credit cards is basically issued by your bank or your local bank or your credit union or something like that, or you know, you have debit cards, then you have credit cards. So we talking about credit. So credit cards is basically a promise to pay for something in the future. You know, you swipe the card and you promise to pay. It's like a promissory note, just like a Federal Reserve note, basically. How can you obtain credit and what type of credit cards you can get? Okay, so now we free to get somewhere now, so I can help you guys with this. Okay, so what you can do if you don't have any credit, you have to monitor your credit and see where you stand. Credit is based on how well you pay your bills. So that's basically what it's based upon. How well the bank want to see how well you pay your bills. Do you pay your bills on time? That's basically what it's about. Okay, and if you pay them on time, they will issue you, you know, credit from your own personal account that you have money that you have no idea that you have. So that's what the credit is coming from. That's what the income is coming from, your personal account. And I'll get into that with my generals on how they accessing this money. It's basically your money. Using your identification numbers. You know, I'm not going to say which numbers, but I'll get into that later. With those are secrets, hidden secrets of money. Okay, so the credit card to get, you have what you call the unsecured credit card, and you have a secure credit card. A secure credit card is when you put up your own money up front. Like, let's say you got $500, and then they issue you a card and with that limit on there, and you put that up front. Sometimes that's on standby for a year, you know, then they would refund you that $500 back, and then you know, you have that line of credit. Then your credit card can become unsecured. Okay, so an unsecured credit card is when a bank give you of one of their credit cards, you know, basically. So and they give you a line of credit based up on what your credit scores are. So how can you boost your credit scores up? Okay, so if you don't have any credit, I'm going to give this hint to you guys, and this is some valuable information. I can actually get paid off this because I know a lot about credit and how it works. Okay, so I'm going to give this information to you guys for free because I like helping people. I like helping my people. So obtain 2 unsecured credit cards. This will boost your credit score up immediately, fast. As soon as you apply, it's going to boost your credit score up. If it don't boost your credit score and it drop, you just have to pay your bills on time. Now, I will give the secrets to my generals on how you can double your points up before each month. You can double your points up, triple your points up, triple your points up. You know, there's many loopholes that I learned over time. So I'm reestablishing my credit. My credit is about you know, a head drop due to the scenarios and situation that I had been through, you know, and all the pain and hurt that I had been throughout you know, going through my process of my divorce and whatnot. I now reestablishing my credit because I'm you know, I'm basically paid off majority of my debt. You know, there's still some things out there that I have, but I don't mess with my assets because I look at it as I don't have it. So that's the way I keep myself afloat when it comes down to having money. You know, only way you can have money if you don't touch it and you forget that you have it. You know, so basically, you know, there's several keys. You know, master keys to when it comes down to credit. You know, and it takes time. It's not something that can just happen overnight. You know, it have to be reported to the 3 credit bureaus. If it's not being reported to the 3 credit bureaus, then, you know, some credit people say they report. You got to make sure they report, or a credit card report, because you can get a credit card from a store, you know, and they don't report to the 3 credit bureaus. Only way they report if you miss payments. You miss payments, that hurt your score and stuff like that. So there are several ways you can get credit. Getting a car loan is one of the worst ways to obtain credit, because they report like 10 points every month, 5 points. That's nothing. 3 points, and you have a large chunk of cash that the bank loaned you out there. So that getting the car, I realized that I done paid off several vehicles. Once you pay it off, yeah, they reward you. You know, your points go up tremendously, but not that much. Based upon a credit card, your credit goes up immediately. You know, when you be paying on time and stuff like that. But there's loopholes when you paying on time. There's a way that you pay. You know, and I had to master this and stuff like that. That's why I was boosting my credit score up each month by 70 points, 80 points. So it takes years to master this. And a hint, more lines of credit, the better. But you have to be disciplined when it comes down to credit. If you're not disciplined when it comes down to credit, you're going to end up owing, and you're going to end up filing bankruptcy, basically. You know, so there's a lot of interest behind it, interest rates and stuff like that. It depends on the credit card. It depends on whatever you're trying to do. So I hope this video was a little bit helpful on what type of credit cards to get. You want to get an unsecured credit card. So write that down, unsecured credit card from your local bank. They're going to run your credit. They're going to pull it up and then determine on what you want to do. Basically, it depends on your score. People that don't have any credit, I also can help them get credit cards. And if they deny you, I still know other credit cards. They will would definitely give you a credit card. And it's mandatory for them to give you one to help you establish your credit. You know, and it will be probably a high interest rate on it, but you know, it's only temporary. You think like you're going to keep it forever. You know, it's up to you. Once your credit reaches a certain limit, to a certain extent, they will lower your interest rates. Okay. All right. So I hope this video was helpful on basically how to obtain credit, how to reestablish your credit, and how to double your points, which I gave that secret, which is get 2 unsecured credit cards. If you're able to get a secured credit card, that's perfect. You know, that's perfectly fine. All right. Thanks, guys.